a 1/2 inch socket. That off of there. I want to take this tank off to be able to get to all that linkage without being so difficult. And this 3/8 screw now has to come off. It's a 3/8. You see it's already moving, so that 1/2 inch screw and the 3/8, this little 3/8 screw is all that holds this tank on. Just those two. And just by looking at it, I think that is not the correct spark plug for this mower, but I'll know that later. The 3/8 screw is going up under there in the engine, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll dig it out later. So you got to wiggle this guy, and once it breaks free, then you drop the tank down to get over that L of that carburetor linkage. So I'm going to hold this and now go this way, and it'll come off. With that wire that fits in here goes boop, boop, boop. So it's an L. So you got to make that angle. The black gasket is still on here, so I've got to get that off the intake manifold, and the little white plastic retaining clip has to come off as well. This goes on the inside of the carburetor. And so let me set that aside for later. I want to show you this now. Okay, this has all been added by somebody. That is not the correct spring there. It's much, much too stiff. The spring that goes from here and links to that round part there is a very soft spring. And I'll have to find one in my supplies. And this is just, this may be the broken end of the little spring that goes there, because that's a gentle one. So that's all going to come off now. There's some needle nose pliers. I'm going to use that to get these springs off. See what they are, if they're usable for anything. So now that linkage will come off. So we're going to get that off of there. That's incorrect as well. Let's get some of this debris out of the way. That thing's kind of loose. Okay, that's in there better. That's the spacer that you have to have. Don't lose that to put that tank on. Otherwise you'll tear up your tank. See if I can get all this stuff out of there. If I can, I'll get my 3/8 screw out as well. One out of there. Okay. There's my 3/8 screw that I'll need to attach my tank. And that's the air vane. That's the end of the air vane. And this guy is going to clip in and out, so you have the little L with the tank. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in there so you can see that. So that's free. I'm glad that means there's not a mouse nest up in there blocking it. And what I'm going to do with this, instead of the, this originally probably had a throttle cable that went up there. But what I'll do is just stabilize this and make it like a modern pulsa jet where this is fixed. I'm going to do that by bending this piece down right here. I don't know if you can see that. This is designed to do that, okay? Not the best tool, but let me get that down like that, okay? Now see, that is not gonna move much, and now when I push it over even more, it's on a slant. It's gonna be even more stable, see? Let me get a bigger wrench, hang on. Okay, now, see what I want to not do is have that kind of movement in there, so I'm going to do that by, so this is full throttle out this way, and now I'm going to bend it like that. And now see, that doesn't move at all. That will not affect anything, that little bit of movement. So that'll be stable. So this, I'll find a carburetor spring that fits this and go over to this linkage, and then it'll run at the right speed. I may have one of these springs. This is not as critical. This is sort of for fine tuning. This little very, very soft spring that goes there. This is the big spring. You got to have that one. Let's take a look at this plug here and see if it's a champion. We're going to see if it's the right kind of champion. It should be it's A19LM or RJ19LM. Let's get it off of there. Oh, that looks bad. That looks really bad. Let's see, it is a J19LM. So this is the correct plug. But man, if that's what that plug looks like, I'm not optimistic about this one. Let's clean some of the debris off of it anyway. This is a really old spark plug right here. But that does not mean it's bad. It may be fine. So let me check the gap on this. It's going to be about, needs to be about 0.30 or 0.31. And it is, yep, that's too wide open, so I'm going to bump it down and see where it is now. That's still a little too gappy. That was probably too hard of a hit, so let me, yeah, that gap is too narrow now. I'm going to open it back up just a little bit. Okay, let's see what it is now. That's about perfect right there. That's about 0.30 to 0.31. So I'm put this plug back in. That was super dirty. Put this plug back on there. Okay, we're going to take a break for now. Stay tuned.